Welcome back to Washington Commanders Insider. We are talking about the key players from Sunday's win against the Arizona Cardinals. You can check out this article that we're going to break down, 5 winners and 2 losers from the Commanders' win at the Cardinals in week number 4. But let's start off with Jaden Daniels and just how special that Jaden Daniels has been. I talked a little bit about his QBR rating in the last video, but here are some of the things going into week 4 that had been making Jaden Daniels special. It's the fact that he had actually completed 80.3% of his pass attempts, which led the NFL. Now, a lot of those pass attempts were behind the line of scrimmage, so a lot of screen passes and things like that, but still super efficient in getting the ball out, getting it to his playmakers and letting them do their thing. And then also, too, he had thrown 90 passes without an interception to begin his career. That was very impressive, puts him right in line with players like C.J. Stroud, who attempted 192 passes before he was intercepted in week 6. Dak Prescott, he held the record with 176, broke the Tom Brady's mark of 162. So that just lets you know what type of elite company that Jaden Daniels is already in going into this thing. And so just his ability to, I think, grow as a quarterback each week has been very special to watch. He's completed 40.8% of his passes for first downs, which is 5th in the NFL. And so it just lets you know that he is locked in, he's focused, and when he makes the plays, it's usually the correct plays that continue to move this football team. I love how the offense has gotten progressively better with him. He's gotten more comfortable being in the pocket, standing in there, getting it to Terry McLaurin. So that just lets you know, just again, how special that Jaden Daniels has been. And in fact, one last stat for you is that 82.1% through 4 games, best of any 4-game span in NFL history, actually beats Peyton Manning, who had an 81.8 in 2008. And so that just lets you know, again, just with the elite company that we have with Jaden Daniels. And so the next point that I want to look at is Zaccheaus, our wide receiver that has come over from Atlanta. He's also come over from the Falcons. I think he played a little bit with Matt Ryan, in fact, and Jalen Hurts. But I think that he had a little bit of a coming out party in Sunday's game. We were talking about, who was going to step up and really show out now that Austin Eckler was going to be down. We knew we needed to have another playmaker. And I think that Zaccheaus did very well. 6 receptions, 85 yards, 14.2 average. And I think he did a great job of just really getting some timely catches, really stretching that defense out. And we need to have a legit number 2, all right, because that we really haven't been able to find that alongside of Terry McLaurin. And Terry McLaurin still did his thing, even though it was 7 receptions, 52 yards. He got in the end zone, and that is what we need. We need points. And so I think that Terry McLaurin is looking for a running mate. Could it be Zaccheaus? He stepped up huge Sunday against the Arizona Cardinals, looked really good, showed you why he has hung around in this league, and he has played on some pretty good football teams out there. So I think that he is another player that was the point of emphasis, I think, going into this game and the outcome for the Washington Commanders. Next up, defensively, I just want to give the defense their flowers, man, because I think that the Washington defense had really been tested over the first couple weeks. And yes, we've been getting wins, but the defense, I think, is the unit that I thought, really it was going to be even more better to start the season. I know Dan Quinn and that emphasis on the defense, and it just really has been a slow start for the defense, but it looks like it's starting to come on. I know just going into this particular game, we were ranked 25th in the NFL for points allowed per game. And then, just the toughness that the Commanders showed on Sunday was huge. I like the fact that they executed and really staying home, not getting out of their rushing lanes and allowing Kyler Murray to get outside the pocket and make huge plays. And they did a terrific job with third down defense because they were at a 61.3% conversion rate going into Sunday. So the fact that they have completely gone against tendencies against the Cardinals was spectacular. I mean, they were able to go ahead and then they were to get Kyler Murray in some sacks, made him completely uncomfortable. Marvin Harrison Jr. on the back half only had 45 yards on five catches. So we did a terrific job, I think, there as far as just plugging the leaks that we've had in the secondary. So I've got to give the defense as a whole, just man, they did a outstanding job against a mobile quarterback like this. And so that was extremely impressive. And it was that type of aggressive defense that you saw when Dan Quinn was with the Cowboys. And so maybe that leads me to believe that this team is just really starting to get on the same page with what they are doing. And so, with that being said, let's shift focus now to the offensive side of the ball again. And let's go and give the offensive line its credit, okay? Because coming into this thing, I think a lot of people were giving the offensive line some scrutiny. Obviously, I think that we weren't necessarily coming in with a lot of continuity, all right, because we had added some players in free agency, and we basically had to, patch up this line. And at this point in time, as we're doing this recording, they're ranked 27th right now. I think that that is going to change, but I think that this offensive line has done a great job in going out, opening up holes for Jaden Daniels, opening up holes for Brian Robinson Jr. And I said this on the last video. It reminds me of the old Hogs back in the day. And I'm talking about Joe Jacoby and those guys like that, where they were just able to go out there and physically punch the defense. And I love what the Washington Commanders are doing. They are just going out there and they have decided to be just the more physical football team up front. And regardless if you're a passing team or if you're a running team, you have to be able to dominate in the trenches. And I love what the Washington Commanders are doing right now in the trenches. They are really getting it done in the trenches. And so I have to love that about what they have done. And I love what Cornelius Lucas has done, Sam Cosmi, and also to Andrew Wiley. Like, just everybody on that front line has done a terrific job in protecting Jaden Daniels, keeping him upright, giving him enough time to go down the field, opening up these holes for Brian Robinson Jr., Austin Eckler. You've seen also too McNichols as well get loose in the secondary. He had 2 touchdowns, Jeremy McNichols. And so, yes, a terrific job from the front line, just opening up holes. I love that about what the Commanders are doing. And so also too, lastly, I want to give some flowers to some former Cowboys that have come over with Dan Quinn. And we have got to give Dorrance Armstrong his credit. I talked about him with the 1.5 sacks yesterday, but also too, with Dante Fowler. I think that Dante Fowler Jr. has done a terrific job in this particular game. I think he did a great job as far as just keeping his lanes, making sure that he got to the ball carrier, made some great tackles, kept Kyler Murray in the pocket. So we're starting to see some of these additions from the Cowboys now really start to show up for this defense. And so now I think that the Washington Commanders just have to continue to piece it together as far as the back half of the secondary. And so we'll be talking about that a little bit more. But yes, I wanted to give these players definitely their flowers because they were the keys to the Washington Commanders beating the Arizona Cardinals Sunday. So let me know in the comments what you're thinking. We will be back with another video as we are talking more Washington Commanders football daily. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.